Hello, folks. How you doing? Coming back to you on a Tuesday, the 5th of April. It's cloudy today, little rainy. I like that, but I also like sun. I'm really ready for some sun. Um, First thing I want to do is just thank you all so much. It's like my new digital EP is still selling, and Bandcamp Friday is over. I was really surprised to just for personal shits and grins. I thought I would check and see how's my rating on the Nebraska stats today on Bandcamp, and I'm back up to number 2 behind David Nance. David Nance. Now again, these are not big numbers. It's just that someone is still buying it. Wow, thank you, folks. But it feels good. It feels right because, yeah, thank you, Stephanie. My sister Stephanie got a hold of me. She loves Sprangde and, well, the whole new EP. And thank you, J Bone Bacon, for writing a review. I just noticed it yesterday on Bandcamp. Thank you. Thank you, folks, because, yeah, the music is good, and I listen to a lot of music. I review music for a couple of labels as well. But there's just a lot of stuff that's just not very interesting. And there's a lot of stuff that's just copying something that's been done before. And then there's other stuff that's just made trying to make money. So thank you so much. So I kind of need to talk about myself just a little bit before I talk about what I've been listening to. This CD is The World is Burning. It's a compilation put out by Randy's Alternative Music of, love this art too, by Dereck Shockey, local artist. Randy's Alternative Music out of Pittsburgh. He's a good friend and a longtime fan. And over the years, he came to Omaha to see the band, just to see the band and to meet us years ago. It's just amazing. But over the years, I would share with him CDs of my archive, stuff I'm working on that no one else is hearing. And he just loved it. And he loved my music so much that when he and his wife, when they had their son, John, she delivered him to the sound of my music. That particular track is on here. I forget which one. It explains in the booklet. What I'm trying to say is this is still available through my Bandcamp site, but the orders go to Pittsburgh. I think he made 500 of these. There's maybe 50 copies left. And this is really good. It is. You hear me singing, playing guitar, keyboards. There's even me on drums on some of these. World is burning, folks. Grab it. This is something that I always have wanted people to listen to my music, and people have been listening, but it feels like a night. It just feels good. I worked on music yesterday, and what I'm planning on having to do with some of the scores of my music is I actually have to go in and fix them. It's like some of the electronic information will be translated a half step or so off with electronic things, signals. So that's what I was doing yesterday. Doing that, played a little bit of music. Here's what I played. Ladytron 604, the sound. Electro. Stompy, kind of dancey. Good. 17, that was the first song I heard by them. And then Playgirl. Playgirl is the song that hooked me on them. Is this Swedish? Yes. Swedish band that took a lot of influence from Santana, but also did their own thing with it. Kvartetten som Sprangde, Kattvals. This is not an original. Originals of this, of course, you collectors know, are very collectible. This is a very good album. Listen to the whole album. Really enjoyed it. Another one I played all the way through. Actually played one side twice. This is killer. George Russell. This is his Sonata for Souls Loved by Nature. Both parts. Electronic Sonata. This is a really incredible work. I've had a copy of this for years on Strata East. I first heard it this way years ago. I bought this. Strata East, as you know, is a collectible label. And I first bought this chasing the work of Jan Garbarek, Manfred Schuf, Terje Rupdahl, John Christensen. They're all on here. And so that was how I first encountered this. Not so long ago, I was able to get the entire double album of the work. It's fantastic. I love that artwork too. Highly recommend this jazz album. It's great jazz if you've never heard it. Yeah. Another album while I was working that I just love this band and played this one side, played one of the albums of this twice. Pale Saints, The Comforts of Madness, 4AD. Very interesting band. Their writing is not rock based. It's not. The intervals, the chords, the melodies, and it's not so much, it's not church either, and yet it's not directly classical. It's really cool. And I do like the angelic voice of Ian, is that his name? When it comes to voices, I do like that. Not so much a child's voice, but an angelic timbre. Yeah, really, in all these songs, and it was like, yeah, I played the demo album. This is the reissue, and they give you an album demos and stuff, and I liked the demos almost as much as the finished versions. I really like this band. I like that cover too. Colors. Weirdos. From California, I've had the great pleasure of playing 1 or 2 shows with RAF, opening for the window Weirdos, and becoming friends with John Denny there in the front. Great guy. John, if you happen to be watching, hey, what's going on, guy? We talk. I haven't talked to him in a while. And this is great because this is a punk band that's, at the time this came out, and this was back in 1980, that they were pushing it. They were known for the Neutron Bomb song and very aggressive punk band, but they were also getting arty on this album. This is pretty cool. Weirdos by Condor by Weirdos. It's pretty good. Something else that was just wonderful. Some music takes a while to come into focus, doesn't it, people? Flying Lotus has been like that for me. So I have most of his records. Cosmogramma, going back several years now. And this is really sweet and just it's really kind of like someone building a planet with music. It's the whole. This is way cool. Flying Lotus, most excellent. Excuse me. Watched a couple videos. The Omaha lady, I watched her. I watched another guy who has a record store somewhere. He was showing grails. that most record collectors want. And interestingly, most of the grails that he showed, I don't want. If I come across them cheaply, I'd get them, but I'm not after them. But one that he did mention that everybody wants, that I do have, is a Miles Davis Kind of Blue. Now, what I'm showing first is, a stereo reissue. This one was pressed in 1977. And have I owned this copy of it that long? Probably, yeah. When my younger brother passed away, which still just messes me up. Of course, I ended up with his records. And I was, even though he's a dedicated jazzer, he loved jazz, he wasn't into collecting. So when I discovered that he had an actual original mono 6i Miles Davis, it's not completely just trashed, it's kind of blown away. This is it. This is the one. This is it. There's a couple, there's some of these where the Cannonball Adderley's name on the front is misspelled. I don't think this is one, but this is it. Mono CL 1355. It's playable. It's not trashed. It's a 6i. And it's played, of course. How could it not be unless you were super rich and could just stick it on the shelf way back when? But that's a grail item that I have. And this is wonderful. Everybody knows. Really, if you're into music, everybody, you should, I'll say the word should. Yeah, you should know about Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. I needed some noise yesterday at one point before I started concentrating. And so I put on John Wiese, soft punk. Noise artist. I've seen him live and, of course, met him, talked to him. Interesting fella. He creates his own software and instruments as well as using conventional stuff. And it's in the Merzbow area of noise making and Masana, those type of folks. This is damn good. I do like how he uses intense contrast, short bursts of something really loud and visceral next to something really quiet that you want to really what's going on? Good stuff. I think it's the last thing to you've seen these other records. Are these guys Swedish too, or Dutch? Netherlands. Group 1850. I'm still after MMO's Trip, that album, but this is way cool. Paradise Now, and all their albums are different. They're psychedelic though. This one, they explained that this one was jam sessions that, and it's something that has been done a lot. People take the jams and they edit the good parts and build on that. Interestingly, there's parts of this that sound very much like Jimi Hendrix wrote it. A Jimi Hendrix type of psychedelic sound. Okay? I enjoy sharing my music with you very much. I'm so glad that you folks are getting into it. I really am. But you can listen to everything online on my Bandcamp page. I do want to point out that this album, Flyover, my album Flyover, I've been out of it. I've been sold out of this for a while now. I've got just a couple of extra copies that I'm keeping. I love this album, very, very proud of it. But there's copies of this on sale on Discogs. There's some sellers that are selling it for about $35. I think one seller is selling it for $39.99. But look at it. That's beautiful splatter. 180 gram vinyl. It's a good album. And so I just want to point that out. I saw that there's like maybe 2-3 copies on sale. And like I said, if I haven't what I consider an extra copy, not for sale, but if you tried to get it for me, I would be asking you for $100 minimum for it. And you can get one of these for about $35-40 off of Discogs. It's worth it, folks. Grab it. Hope everyone's doing okay. I saw where some folks checked in yesterday. It's nice. In some ways, this is just about enough contact with a lot of people in this world, and it's nice that it's planetary. I like that. I know they're trying to deal with Ukraine, but the idea that you have to define what's going on as war crimes as though it could be anything else. See, it's just weird to me, but that's the world. Be well, folks, and I'm going to leave my Bandcamp link. Thank you for your support, but thank you for your ears, because I'm making good music. And that's why you came here, isn't it? Music.